Welcome to the big guys. It's episode 15, I believe.
Yeah, 15.
It's 15, right?
15.
All right. We got a lot to talk about per usual here. March Madness gets wrapped up. We got this week in the world. It is Masters Week. We got Ryan's Random Thoughts, little pivot there. It's actually going to be Tony's Tidbits today. It's going to be Tony's Tidbits. And then we got NASCAR with Ryan. We're going to talk MLB opening week, the new rule changes, our bets, things of that nature, and the fattest and skinniest thing that we have done this week. Ryan, March Madness is over. UConn Huskies are dominant and they win. What did you think of the game? What were your major takeaways? Just run me through what you think.
Just pure dominance. They covered every game. I mean, that's just so, like, to be honest, my brother told me that it got to 4 points at one point in the second half. I didn't know. I went to bed because it was boring me. So I might have missed a little run there, a little bit of excitement, but they never had a chance. It was pure dominance from the start. And it felt really good to see that 40-1 finally go into my account. So
I was just going to say, absolutely good work. Nice hit on your futures bets. But I got to tell you, it was crazy because I said it earlier, like it just didn't feel like a national championship game. And then it did feel like a national championship game. And then UConn just did what they've done the whole entire tournament. And they just ended up going and just beating the shit out of everyone. And here's the thing. The thing that really kind of like took the wind out of everyone's sails is that we heard and we thought if San Diego State was going to have any type of chance in this game, it was going to be because of their defense. And then it was just like three ball in your eye, Sonogo in your eye, Hawkins in your eye. Like they couldn't stop anyone, and the shots were just falling. And it just got out of hand. I mean, it's 36-24 to end the half. You catch a plus 800 money line live bet on San Diego State. And when you see a number that big in a national championship, they are just begging you to take it. And we laid off. And then they cut it to 5. And you said, wait a minute, here comes San Diego State again. They just don't go away. And then they went away because ultimately the shot making, the dominance from UConn was just out of control yet again. This is a team that won every single game by double digits or more. They basically beat everyone by 20.
It's weird too because, like we were saying, they were losing in the first game. They're losing at halftime to Iona. And then it's just like something clicked from then on. And even when games were close, you're just like, nah, they're just bigger, faster, stronger. And kudos to those kids because, like, you get to the big stage, they all stepped up the entire tournament. I mean, that was what a group effort, too. Like, great team. Great coaching.
Awesome. And that was cool, too. I mean, like, Dan Hurley, Bob Hurley, their father, they all have like their own little success story now within the college basketball world and whatever, that's cool. But you've been hearing college coaches, you've been hearing analysts say all year long, like, hey, college is changing, the portal's different, NIL, the COVID year, older teams are going to be what wins championships, teams that play together for longer amounts of time. Well, maybe, but at the end of the day, you still need NBA talent and Hawkins, Sonogo, they got it. They got NBA talent on that squad, and they showed up. And here's the thing. A lot of people saying UConn had a real easy road. I just don't. I think they're trolling because this is not an easy road. They had St. Mary's 13th in KenPom. They beat them by 15 points. Arkansas, fresh off a win after beating Kansas, 22nd in KenPom, beat them by 23 points. Gonzaga, 8th in KenPom, beat them by 28. Miami, 24th, beat them by 13. And San Diego State, 14th, and they beat them by 17 points. I don't care who you play. You're beating everybody by that much. They were clearly the class.
Yeah, who would you rather them face? These lower seeds that got knocked off by the higher seeds? You think that's an easier road? No, they lost already. So, like, that's not even an argument.
I agree. And it's one of those things, too, where now you have to have the conversation, is UConn basketball the best program in the last 30 years? And they just are. Titles don't lie.
How many titles are they? I haven't looked at that to see, like, who.
I think it's 5.
If I just guessed randomly, I would have guessed, like, North Carolina and Duke, but I don't know shit about it.
No, I believe it's 5 titles now in the last like 25 years or some shit like that.
Who was their last big was it
They
Kemba
won,
Walker?
yeah, Kemba Walker. They won
Yeah.
that game, and that was awesome too. And talk about having pros. He went on to be a good pro, still is. And I don't know. I just thought the shot making ability was like just demoralizing for San Diego State because that was their thing. They would
Yeah.
get up in your grill, and they did play good, hard defense. It just wasn't mattering. And then trouble on the rebounds and free throws. It was an uphill battle for them. We all knew it was going to be. What did you actually think of? Like at the end of the day. Oh, well, you said you went to bed, so I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say when it
Yeah,
got
at the
to
end of my day, I was snoring while that thing ended.
I was going to say when it got to 5 points, was there any gut feeling? But yeah, it was just one of those things where a lot of people talk about it. It was kind of a lackluster final game, and sure, it had its moments, but this tournament was not lackluster. You're always going to remember FDU. You're going to remember FAU. You're gonna. There's just a lot of things that are pretty crazy. How about this? Basically, every walk-on played in every game of the NCAA tournament for UConn. In the biggest games of the year, their scrubs were getting like 2 minutes because they were just throttling.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's cool too that we got to see the national champions live.
Yeah, it was
who knows
cool.
when they'll come back to Albany? I don't know. I mean, that was pretty cool. We got to see them, and we kind of knew just by looking at them. We're like, holy shit, these guys are the real deal.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I mean, the other thing too is I was thinking about that too. The game that anybody really did give them a run was the game we saw against Iona, right?
Yeah.
First half was really their only real hiccup at all. And after that, they were cruising Tin Wells. They just were doing whatever they wanted. Here's a little stat. Last 25 season, UConn has as many wins over Duke, Kentucky in the Final Four as those two schools have combined championships. So if you want to find out who's being the most dominant, that's the most dominant, okay?
UConn is. I never realized, I guess. I knew UConn women dominated for a long time, but I didn't know the men were doing the same thing all along.
Yeah, and different scenario. I mean, that Gino run with those women was quite literally something you probably just won't see again, right? I mean, I don't know. What does he have? Like 11 national championships or something? It's something outrageous like that. We're going to get into some women hoops a little bit later, Rye, okay? Pretty soon here, actually. One thing I want to ask you, and I know it's tough for you, and I'm putting you on the spot here. The whole tournament, your gambling aside, was there like a moment that you liked the most?
Well, I mean, obviously, I liked watching the upsets. Like the big upsets were pretty cool.
Yeah, mine's kind of corny too. It's a similar lines to that. But what's yours? Do you have one specific?
What was the I think my favorite moment, and it was right in round one, was the Virginia collapse where they just
mine too.
The ball. Yeah,
mine too. It had a bunch of different stuff. The Charleston free throws, Creighton. And then how about the San Diego State shot to go to the championship? They hit it at the buzzer.
Yeah, that was sick too.
We catch it at plus 260. So for all the people who are like, this is kind of this, or this is kind of, a shitty way to end the season, maybe. But all season long, we've been talking about how there's no parity or how there's so much parity in the league. And when push came to shove, somebody was going to make sure that they were different than everyone else. And it was UConn. They did everything well. They rebounded. They shot the ball. And at the end of the day, they got some nice foul calls too. Well, fucking
good for them. I think we learned. I got really lucky with how the outrights turned out, but it's still something that I'm going to try again next year. I think there was a lot of validity to how I did it. Waiting for the right time. I took that one in January. They started out the year like 8 or 9 to 1. And then when they slip up a little bit, like obviously they have the skill to be ranked amongst the top 5 in the country or top 10 in the country. So they slip a little bit to 40 to 1. Like, I think that's a good number to try to get. I think it's something to just keep in mind next year. These teams that come out, they're ranked top in the country. They go through like a little stretch and the numbers start dipping. it's worth sprinkling something on.
And for those you don't know, Rye had like 17 futures, different odds. Basically, everything worked out to where if he won, he was going to win 6-7 units on everything. And this was a perfect storm for it, really, with all of the upsets and you just not knowing what was going to happen.
That's what I mean. I totally expected to have to hedge more, which I guess in a normal year we would, but a lot of you hear those people. I don't know if it's just like more casual talk, but like we're not going to have, there's not going to be a normal year again. Like all the 1 seeds aren't going to make it. And let's wait and see what happens next year. Maybe there's some better 1 seeds.
Yeah, I mean, just watching the All-American game, and Kentucky basically has literally every blue chipper coming to school. So, everyone will reload. The portal's crazy. My guy, I just blanked out. Holy moly. Hutchinson. Wait, is that the football player?
What team are you talking about?
Michigan Center. Why am I blanking out right now?
Is it Hutchinson? Are you thinking of Aiden Hutchinson?
But that's the football player who also played at Michigan.
I don't know.
With me?
I don't know these kids' names. You know all the kids. You watch more than I do, so you know their names.
It's my favorite team, and he's been the best player. And he just entered the transfer portal, and he's going to Florida.
I think his name is Cranjus McBasketball.
No, he's the villain. I'm shot. I just got home from New York fucking like 25 minutes ago, basically when we just started this. I have Hunter Biden. No, that's not it. Hunter Dickinson. Got it. All right.
Hunter Dickinson's laptop.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Dickinsons on there. That's my time, folks. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm stupid. Yeah, I always have been. I'm just a pretty face, but. Yeah, college basketball is over. It is kind of a sigh of relief. It's bittersweet, all that kind of stuff. It's always a grind when you're gambling and you're watching these games. I know people like to pick on this product when and say it's not good and it's this and it's that. I thought it was the best season in a long time, and there's more storylines than ever. Unfortunately, there just wasn't a storyline in the last game of the season. It just was a boring game.
It was fun. I look forward to next season. I would definitely way more into it now, talking to you, gambling with you on it. I look forward to next season, and I'll be playing a lot more bets next year, so it'll be fun.
Dude, Aiden Hutchinson would kick the shit out of Hunter Dickinson. They're not even the same person. Yeah. Well, they're obviously not the same person, but you know what I mean.
He would just crush him.
Listen, that's college basketball. For those of you who are following along with us, you clean the fuck up, okay? I went on an all-time run early on in the season, 94-30. And then we had an all-time skid. I go like 11 for 52. And then we just smashed this March. I appreciate you guys sticking with us. It was fun. That's college basketball, Ryan. We're going to move on to this week in the world. Are you ready?
Yeah. I just want to say, I know the little Tonys respect your grind, but I respect it, man. As someone with a wife and kids, I could never do the content that you do. You fucking put it out for the people. So
I try.
Like every day they know they can expect your plays. So whether win or losing, it's still fun, and I'm glad everyone's tailing.
Well, I appreciate it, and I try to do stuff that's not gambling to show you guys. I do other stuff too, and try and make some other enjoyable videos for you. But we love winning money, and we're plus money whores. We fucking just love the goddamn plus money. I don't know what to tell you. But Ryan, this week in the world. Are you ready, amigo?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. I think I know. I probably got an idea of what a few of these are.
Probably. Do you know who Megan Thee Stallion is, or the Stallion Megan?
I've heard of her, yeah. I couldn't name a song except for like
What have you heard about her, Ryan?
Is she the Whopper with the WAP song with the other chick?
I don't know, dude. She's the
chick that says she hates Albany. She's a bitch.
Oh, is that
she's so goddamn stupid.
She talks like this, Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B, yeah. Is she the one that's in WAP with Cardi B?
I don't know that. All I know is that she's pretty and has what the males would say is a nice backside. And she threw out a first pitch for the Astros in an all-white getup, and she really put on a show. If you haven't seen it, she didn't do anything scandalous or anything.
All white. Oh, I thought you were gonna say like she shit her pants or something, but
no, very much the opposite. Her pants looked fantastic, actually. So she goes out to the mound to throw the first pitch. And why'd you do that to me? Why'd you have to put that thought in my head about Megan Thee Stallion? Christ Almighty, right? So she goes out to the mound. She's gonna throw the first pitch, and she's standing like with her back to the catcher, and she's just looking at center field and just kind of like, putting out the vibe, if you will, right?
Yeah.
But she's got a pretty good arm. She threw the ball. It was, just a bit outside, but better than like a Baba Booey or 50 Cent. It was a pretty good pitch. And the internet went crazy, not because she's just pretty and has some nice attributes, but
wow, you're a big Megan Thee Stallion fan. I was this
week. So listen, the guy who caught the ball, he went out and he gives her like a harmless hug, and the glove touches her ass. Okay. Well, if you freeze it, it looks like he's really on there. But if you watch it live, it's harmless. It doesn't.
With a nice big catcher's mitt, like you put the catcher's mitt right around it.
No, he didn't want that much padding in between his hand. It's like a 1920s, it looks like your hand. Yeah. It's just a regular old ball glove. But it was a funny moment. Took the internet by storm. You didn't see that, did you?
No, I did not see that. But I will watch it right after this. So.
All right, fair. Well, it leads me to my next question for you about first pitches. This question was posed to me today. I'm going to pose it to you. And I answered myself, so you can't do that. But if you had the opportunity to see anybody throw out a first pitch, or you got to pick someone to throw out a first pitch, who would it be, but you can't say yourself?
Man. And are we thinking like celebrity because you'd want to meet them, or is it like one of your favorite sports players?
Just somebody you think would be funny, or just like not a good pitch, or maybe would surprise you and throw some cheese. Like, what do you think?
Oh man, I want to see the Undertaker do it from WWE.
Stuff like that.
There we go.
You literally are tombstoning people and choke slamming people for quite literally 50 years. He's throwing 97 on the black, right?
Yeah, he's like 7 feet tall too, so he's going to look like just a monster on the mound.
Yeah, and I feel like those guys are good athletes, so they could actually pull that off. Like, not everybody can throw a baseball. It's not. It always boggles.
Dude, I haven't thrown anything like that in a long time. And then the year before, we're playing Saratoga National, get all drunk, on hole 18, and we finish out, and I go to grab the ball and throw it into the pond there, just whip it into the ground. I was like, what? I think Neil was there. He's like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I don't even know. I don't know why I can't throw right now.
It's a bad feeling. I like back in the old high school days, I was young. It was like probably freshman year or some shit like that. But I was pitching in a game against Burnt Hills. And I was always like decent. I was never very good, but like I could locate and stuff like that. I had mixed speeds up or whatever, but it was ninth grade baseball. How good could you possibly be? Well, for somebody who could had good control, I just could not throw the baseball. I was throwing it like 48 feet, dude. Yeah. And finally, the coach came out. He's like, dude, are you okay? And I was like, I've got the shanks, I think. I don't know what's going on. I am literally just like I've never thrown a ball before in my life. It was a bad moment. I got it back and then gave up back-to-back home runs. It was a tough start for the kid that day. Yeah. It was a tough start. So, yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, she threw it out. I was thinking I would like to see somebody like an alien. I want to see like an alien. Like, hear me out. Say
you kill someone. You throw it too fast, man. It'd be like Rookie of the Year.
Hear me out. We meet the aliens and come to find out they're actually pretty cool and they're fans of baseball. And it's America's sport, America's pastime, and to kind of bridge the human alien gap, we say come throw out the first pitch. Do you think the alien's just throwing smoke, or you think he's got like a little slime ball? I think he's throwing a little slime ball.
I don't know. Maybe I've just seen too many weird movies, but I just picture it going so fast it just goes through the glove, through the catcher, dead.
Yeah. Well, listen. Also, this week in the world, controversy city. Iowa LSU Women's National Championship. Caitlin Clark doing the John Cena, you can't see me. Oh my God, I just blanked that. Angel Reese.
Yeah.
She's
Why do people fucking care? Why?
so I've got 2
This
points
one's
to
gonna
it.
make me mad. I already know this one's gonna make me mad.
Fair enough. So for those of you who don't know, national championship game, I'm sure some of you know, but I'm just going off some feedback here to introduce stuff here a little bit more. But Iowa LSU women's national championship game. Caitlin Clark is quite literally, arguably, going to go down as one of the best women basketball players of all time. She's like Steph Curry, but a woman. She just shoots the fucking lights out. And this woman's got swag about her. She taunts people. She talks shit like she's fucking Larry Bird. And she's disrespectful as hell on the court. South Carolina girl, she waves her off. Take the shot, sweetie. I'm not guarding you out there. This girl's no saint, but she's also a competitor. And the thing that bothered me is the way she handled it was great. Sure, Reese is going over, doing the ring thing for 30 fucking seconds or whatever. People are getting mad about it. This is sports. If you talk shit and you're Caitlin Connor and you do the John Cena, you know that could potentially come back and get thrown in your face. I thought she handled it great. I think everybody needs to calm the fuck down. By the way, why is everything always racist? I just don't even get it.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, why does anyone fucking think this is a thing? It's not a thing. If one person does it, why is it okay? And then the other person does it, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's bad sportsmanship." No, why can one person do it and one cannot? Why is it even a thing? Like, these are just from people who have obviously never played sports before, or they're just looking for clicks, because it's not a thing. Like, if you ever competed, you would fully expect that if you've done it before to other people.
It's fun. It's part of the game. It's like backflipping when you hit a home run. You just did everything you said you wanted to do since you were a little girl. You just won the national championship. You're not allowed to get excited and say eat a dick to the fucking other team. Here's the thing that rubs people the wrong way. And this part I do get. And I'm somebody who doesn't have a problem with this, but these weren't the same thing. You could argue Caitlin Clark waving the girl off at South Carolina is easily the most disrespectful thing that was done in the whole tournament. Because that's just like, if that's a dude, you're fighting. Like, it's just, you know. But I thought the only thing that was kind of like maybe a little cringy or rubbed people the wrong way was the game ends and then you go follow her for 20 seconds and you don't celebrate with your team. That's the part that rubbed people the wrong way. And then if you said that the celebrations weren't the same on Twitter, they were like, I got called a white devil, Ryan. I got called a white devil yesterday. And I was like, no, I'm on her side. I thought it was fine. But people get so fucking worked up. But isn't this
but here's the thing. They don't have to, these two girls, they don't have to like each other. They don't have to. They could fucking hate each other. Good. It'd be more fun to watch. Like, we don't need them to like each other. Like, I don't understand. They want to follow each other around and taunt each other, fine. Who cares? Like, they don't need to like each other. It's not anything crazy that happened. It's like everyone's just so bored that we got to make this into some huge thing. It's crazy to me.
Well, I try and twist it too. This is a good thing for the women's game. You had a storyline, you had buzz, you had more people invested in this game, not because it was good optics and, hey, look, we're watching the women's game. And
they posted it earlier. The NASCAR race was way down, and they think it's because of this game. So I mean,
it was. There was about 10 million views, or maybe just there over. Here's the thing: it was a good game, but LSU put it to them. And here's the thing too: LSU told them. Reese specifically said, "Hey, I didn't love what you guys did to South Carolina. You are not coming in here and doing that to us." They went in there fired up. They used it as bulletin board material. Everybody loved when Michael Jordan was just making shit up to get fired up about. And this girl has like a legitimate thing to go get fired up about. And it blew it out of proportion. She was fired the fuck up. That's it.
Yeah, I liked it. So I hope she doesn't conform and just tuck her tail and never do this shit again. You don't have to be dirty about it, but she wasn't. Just do the same. If you get fired up and someone taunts you can taunt them back. That just is what it is. Or you can use their own medicine against them. It's good.
Absolutely. The other thing is too, is to your point, Caitlin Clark came out and said she doesn't have a problem with it. She doesn't need people defending her online.
Right.
She's like, it's okay. Like, I don't love this. Like, people are like, stop going at these girls. These are college-age girls. Stop saying that. Okay, you can't have it both ways. These can't be strong, independent, fucking athlete women, and then somebody's mean to them, and now they're just a little girl again. If you ask fucking Caitlin Clark or fucking Angel Reese, they're big girls. They can fucking handle themselves. This is just sports. It's nothing more than that. And everybody just needs to leave it the fuck alone. This was a fun game, and everybody turned this into something that it shouldn't have been turned into. It fucking pissed me off. It really did.
Yeah, I knew that one was gonna make us mad. It's just so dumb. I'm glad it's over with, and hopefully, it's just forgotten, and they can all move on with everything.
Well, I tried to have some fun with it. Like, Portnoy tweeted out that Angel Reese was a piece of shit. Obviously, he's fucking just shock value. He bet on the other team. And it went fucking ballistic on the internet.
Yeah, he is very good at poking the bears. He knows how to do it. He did it perfect.
It's the classic Bill Burr. He's like, how do I get both sides mad at me? And I just sneak back. And he was like, it's his famous joke that he does on Conan. He goes, this woman's so bad, she's going to make me vote for Donald Trump. He goes, and then you just step back and you watch them all argue together.
Yeah.
And that's basically what Portnoy, he doesn't care. But listen, you probably shouldn't be calling people pieces of shit like that. But Shaquille O'Neal told him, he came over the top, he goes, so's your mom. And I made a comment, hey, Shaq, leave Mrs. Portnoy out of this. You don't talk about moms, okay? You don't talk about moms. And people,
it's all this.
Still, right now, this was 24 hours ago. Still right now, I had to mute this one thread. It's out of control. I'm getting called a white devil. And then I doubled down. I started trolling a little bit. I was like, Shaq doesn't even want a little bit of me. Like,
I read through it a lot last night, and it's good.
It was getting so outrageous that I was like, all right, I'll just get outrageous. I'll have some fun with it. And now I have people DMing me being like, dude, you cannot beat up Shaquille O'Neal. And I was like, yeah, no shit, dude. You think I can beat up Shaq? You think I really think I can beat up Shaq?
Yeah, I saw a lot of people like giving you life advice in there. It's like, dude, that's not. That means you won. You won that thread. You
and here's the worst part. The worst part of like the whole Barstool stuff with me is like, I have always been a fan, and I got my shots with them or whatever, and everyone knows that Dave's not a huge fan of my content or whatever. And anytime I comment on anything Barstool, because I'm just a fan, everyone's like, stop sucking dick, you fucking loser. I'm like, no, guys, when did it become, why are we allowed to like stuff anymore? Like,
the biggest losers that comment on your stuff are the ones that use the word cringe. Those people should just fucking jump off a cliff.
Listen, everybody can be cringy. I'll tell you what, I've never heard that. I've never had anybody post that to me before that happened. Now it happened.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like now it's like the cool word. I don't know.
You've known me a long time. If I'm anything, I'm pretty self-aware. I know when I know when things can be a little iffy. Listen, not everyone's gonna like me. But that shit, I thought that was funny to me when Shaquille, like, I read all that.
This was at 6 a.m. I'm up. I'm just reading through this thread. I'm like, wow, this is great.
And people are funny, like people are funny. But like, for you to have the ability to send a tweet out to shake a tree so hard that Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Diesel's like, you know what, your mom. It's like, dude, you win. You win.
On. Yeah.
Listen, I know Portnoy's not for everybody. I think if you follow him long enough, you kind of see what he's up to, and he's always been nice to me. So
that's what's amazing about the internet is like you only got to read like 5 of his tweets like that to just know the shtick. You just know what he's doing. But like people still come out of the woodwork and just don't even get it. It's just way over their head.
It is crazy. Listen, I thought my kind of cleanup here on the Iowa LSU game, I thought they took a really good thing for women's basketball and they fucking turned it into something. We're talking about the wrong things here. I think we should be talking about 2 fucking players who showed the fuck up. The coach, what's her name? Huntley. The woman, oh man, I'm the worst. The woman
you're gonna be so fun when you're like 65, like, I used to do a podcast with this guy. Oh, what's his name? Rambo Stevens.
It's not great. It's slightly alarming if we're being perfectly honest. Whatever her name is, the woman from LSU, the coach, we all know her. She dresses like a drag queen, and she's just fucking awesome. She's a ball of energy. But let me tell you a little something about this game. Did you watch the game, Ryan, or did you just watch highlights and shit?
Oh, fucking race is on.
Okay, very good. Love your honesty. So here's the thing about the game, okay? It was some of the worst officiating of all time. Caitlin Clark got a technical called on her for quite literally just dropping a ball behind her. She gave it a little force, but it wasn't towards anyone. She wasn't big timing officiating or anything like that. And the woman who I can't remember her name, Jamie, pull that up. She literally was on the court in front of the referee to where the referee had to move her back out of the fucking court so she could see her line of vision. Didn't tee her up, but teed up this girl. And it's not the reason they won, but there was some pretty suspect calls in the game. But I thought the whole race thing and you can't celebrate like that and it's classless. Like, give me a fucking break, guys. This is sport. Just supposed to be fun.
Off. How about that?
Speaking of fun, speaking of sports, maybe the most entertaining, the most electrifying man in all of sports, and he was near and dear to us growing up, Ryan. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Yeah.
You see Shane O'Mac?
What's Shane O'Mac, was he in WrestleMania? I saw Vince sold.
Oh, bro, Shane O'Mac went back up to his old tricks. You know, you got to tip your cap to a billionaire kid, a billionaire grown up now, who's just always willing to lay it on the line, jumping out of fucking cages from 195 feet up. Shane O'Mac doesn't give a fuck.
He did it again this year?
No, but what he did do was he got in the ring with some guy I don't know because I'm not caught up on wrestling, but I love Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
And they started doing the wrestling, and he did the thing where he whips the guy in the ropes, and he jumps and does a split over top of him.
Yeah.
When he landed, it's like all the MCLs, ACLs, all the CLs blew out in both his knees.
Whoa.
And it was a huge panic moment for WrestleMania because there was this was a big moment for what's going to happen, and they had to improv. They had to do some improv. And Snoop Dogg came in and saved the day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So are you sure you just didn't fall for all this? Like, he didn't tear his ACLs, he's acting, and it was all part of the show?
So let's be honest, right? I have no idea. I have no idea. I saw it on Twitter, and it seems like everybody believes it. So who the hell am I? I just thought it was crazy because our guy Shane O'Mac, the vertical on this guy at 60 years old, whatever he is still tremendous.
Well, I'm intrigued. Now I want to watch and see what my take is. I want to see if he's acting or if he really did tear some shit because he's old.
I believe he really did. Again, I know I'm saying that more serious this time. Still, the same amount of information I had just a little while ago, but I feel like he did hurt himself.
I feel like Kane is really the Undertaker's brother.
Like in real life?
No, I'm just fucking with it.
Aren't they brothers in real life or in fake life?
No, that's all fake too. If you're serious, I love that you believe that.
Wait a second. Kane and the Undertaker weren't brothers in wrestling?
Yeah, they were in the wrestling story.
Not in real life. Not in real life. I mean,
yeah.
Right?
Not in real life. Yeah, and Paul Bearer wasn't their dad.
Oh man, that guy, talk about a guy who had a vitamin D deficiency. That guy needed sunlight
May he R.I.P. He's a legend.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Listen, wrestling was big when we were kids. Do you think you'll start watching wrestling when your kids get older?
Yeah, I do. I was writing my article on Saturday night and had it on. So I watched a couple of the matches just in the background. And cool. it was entertaining enough, but really right now I only watch that when I can, but I missed all part 2 and I'm not going to go back and watch it, I don't think. And then I do watch the Royal Rumble. I like the Royal Rumble.
So I was just going to say, so my brother Michael, he's always loved that shit. We loved it when we were kids, but his boys get a little older. So every once in a while he'll order stuff, but the Royal Rumble, I was going to say, there's nothing like the Royal Rumble.
You can be any age and do a family and friends pool and gamble on the Royal Rumble, and it's great.
And Vince McMahon has a new look right now. It's a crazy mustache. I don't know if you did see.
I saw that because he sold to that one company now runs them in UFC.
Yeah, so that guy, I believe the character Ari Gold from Entourage, I believe his name's Ari too. I just can't remember his last name because why would I, right? But Ari, I think he's part of that.
Jeremy Piven?
No, no, the real Ari. I just heard it on the Michael K show on the drive home today.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was like the Saudi companies or something that bought it.
Well, I probably, Dana White doesn't care where the money's coming from, right? So
I can't imagine him losing control. Vince, I can because he's so old now, even though he won't want to give up any control.
I don't. Well, who knows what all that like? That's been a slippery slope. I feel like for the last few years with them, like internal family stuff, which isn't part of the WWF or like WWE, like that wasn't fake. Suing
Yeah,
your dad
Vince cheats on his wife and Dana slaps his.
Yeah. Well, they're both bad, but one is worse than the other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the one thing I think wrestling's done a good job. There was always like we grew up like the bad boy era, right? Think wrestling bringing in Pat McAfee and like Logan Paul like was like a genius fucking move by
Logan Paul is really good at it.
He's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
he's awesome. Like
he's the perfect character. He's unreal on the mic. He can wrestle. He can do crazy shit. Like he's awesome.
He's beautiful.
It was a good. That was one on Saturday night that I did get to watch. That was a great match.
Dude, he personifies what like a WWF wrestler looks like. He's high flying. He's a fucking monster. He's like must watch TV for me. And he's a guy I feel like a lot of people like him more than Jake Paul. I know people don't really like the Paul brothers even that much, but I've listened to a couple of those Impulse podcasts with him. He's a smart guy, man. Like there's something that like
they both know what they're doing. Yeah,
there's something I do admire about him as far as like he's pretty heady. He's done some suspect stuff, but who hasn't?
And they're both always grinding. Like, how do you not respect it? They're both always grinding their cocks off to do something cool.
That's the one thing I always say about Jake Paul. Like, you can say he's not a real boxer. You can say this. You can say that. Whatever you want to say. What you can't take away is this guy was worth $100 million basically and just decided to start fighting.
Yeah.
It's hard to have that kind of motivation.
Yeah, I heard him he was on like Corolla or some podcast before too, and he was talking about how he trains. And it's just like, yeah, how could you not respect that? Like,
yeah,
he built his life up to where that's what he can do all day long. He doesn't need to work. So that's,
he's just an absolute beast, dude. Absolute beast. And the last thing for this week in the world, Ryan, it's real quick. And I just heard it like 2 seconds ago. I just wanted to get your take on it. Rumors from New England Patriots that Bill Belichick is pissed off at Mac Jones. Apparently Mac Jones went to like Steve Sarkisian asking like, hey, should I be running this Matt Patricia fucking offense? Like going behind closed doors and things like that. Bill is currently apparently shopping him. Why does Lamar Jackson not go to fucking New England? Why does that not happen? And did you hear about any of this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if those two would mesh, Lamar and Bill. I wonder if Mac Jones is available. I don't know. I always go back to the Niners not having a quarterback.
No,
Mac Jones, has not been great. But again, who's he supposed to throw to there? And it's just not. Their offense is terrible.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, Meek Mill reached out to, I guess him and Robert Kraft are close friends, and Meek Mill reached out to Lamar like, hey, we could use you. And everyone's like, Meek, aren't you a fucking Philly fan? Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah, and why are you friends with this old crazy man? Like, what is this? What kind of relationship is that? It's so weird.
You don't want to be friends with a billionaire who flies you all over the fucking place? I mean, they're both gazillionaires.
And yeah, like he doesn't need it. So like, what do they have in common besides money?
Well, they both love massages, probably. Hey, Meek, you want to go over to the old parlor?
Yeah,
I don't know either, but yeah, Ryan, that was this week in the world. I just thought it was funny that Bill Belichick was like, you don't hear that, like nothing gets out of that camp unless it's on purpose.
Oh, they're gonna just keep falling apart now that Tommy's gone. It's just gone downhill.
Maybe so, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is an intentional move by Bill Belichick. Like, this doesn't get leaked unless he wants it to get leaked.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. Football, we got combine draft stuff coming up. We'll talk not combine. We got draft stuff coming up. We'll talk about that in the next couple of weeks or whatever.
Draft this month, right? The end of this month.
Yeah. But that was this week in the world. Again, a lot of sports stuff. We're not going to talk about Donald Trump and 134 or 34 charges and potential 136 years in prison. Guys, give me a break. He's not going to spend a fucking hour in jail. Even if he's proven guilty, he's just not going to go to jail.
It's just what these two parties do back and forth. Like
it's ridiculous. The only thing I will say is the goddamn world is literally falling apart, okay? Falling apart. The dollar's worth dog shit. The other superpowers are all teaming the fuck up, and we're over here talking about nothing. I was just in New York today. There's more people walking around with fucking cat ears on top of their head like it's fucking normal. I mean, to each their fucking own, but we got a little problem on our fucking.
They wrote that bill too, the TikTok ban bill or whatever, and in the TikTok ban bill, they want to be able to tap into all cameras. So if any company has over 1 million subscribers or whatever, they can just log in at any time they want to and have full access to all cameras.
Very, 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 very similar to the Patriot Act when they said, out of the name of terrorism, we're going to do this, that, and the other. And all that Edward Snowden shit came out that they said, oh, they're watching everything. Here's what I say. I don't give a fuck because they're already watching. They just are.
No, but I just worry, like, we're just getting closer and closer to, like, especially like what you said about the currency, like, if we just go to this communist type society where, they have like a social scoring system and that's how your currency is relegated. It's just like, I don't know, a regulated.
It's a problem when you are solely based. The US dollar is important because that's how fucking oil's charged. It's the petrodollar. That's how we are able to maintain it. It's why we can fucking print as much as we want because we fucking need oil. Guess what? When these other countries get together and say, we're not going to use the dollar anymore, we're going to use the fucking yen or whatever, it's a fucking problem. And everyone's talking about somebody taking a piece of paper home. And I know people think I'm a Trump fan. I'm not. I think the guy's a piece of shit, but I'm a bigger fan of him than what the fuck's going on here. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention this. The Bidens, this is the other reason they suck. Jill Biden said, hey, how about Iowa and LSU both come to the White House? Jill, are you fucking drunk? Are you losing your mind too? The winning fucking team goes to the White House.
100% she's drunk all the time.
Not the fucking losing team.
Oh, yeah, she's probably not drunk, just probably severely medicated.
Everyone's a fucking winner. Everyone's a winner. Come on. Hey, you know what? Good game. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'd be pissed.
There's no. Why are there? Yeah, I mean, but that's the leadership we have now. It's participation trophies. It's weak.
I was talking politics with the big guys.
Sad state of affairs.
Oh, I hate everything. I really do. It's very sad, and I feel like somebody's coming for. I just want to be able to gamble on games and watch stuff and mind my own business. Can we just make that a thing? I know it sounds pretty.
I'm getting closer day by day of buying this bunker.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Ryan, we've been talking a lot about some crazy sports. Shane O'Mac, Megan Thee Stallion.
I know your mom listens to this show. I'm curious. Does she think that Megan Thee Stallion would be a good fit for you? Is she single?
My mom would think anyone's a good. But I could go murder someone. My mom would be like, well, I'm sure there was some reasons, so yeah, my mom would say, my mom would probably be a good wingman. Maybe lay it on a little too thick, probably, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, this one, he's a good one. Yeah, no, I think she'd approve. Right. My dad might get a little handsy, so that'd be a problem, but no, listen, it's a bunch of going on in the sports world, right? Baseball's back. March Madness just ended. But this is honestly, I don't know what I like more. When the Yankees, they haven't been to a World Series in a long time. March Madness, the start of football and college football. But there is something about Masters Week.
Hey, my girlfriend's dead, She fell off a cliff and died on impact.
It's golf season, baby. Masters Week is here. We gave Corey Connors out at 22-1 last week. We are just smashing bets since we started this podcast.
That's like
And
that's
we
what
got
4 winners in 2 months of talking about. So 8
Yeah.
shows or something. Yeah.
And we've got some master stuff to talk about now, guys. I know a lot of people have master plays, masters questions, and a lot of people are in masters pools. Ryan and I are going to get in a masters pool, and you guys are probably familiar with these pools where they're tiered. So maybe you're like your top 7 guys are in one tier, and then it's tier 2, tier 3, and so on and so on. So Ryan, take the lead here. Walk us through. We're going to pick a team.
We got 6 tiers. And so I'll just name the guys and then we'll talk about it. I made a couple notes of the guys that caught my eye. And I think it's cool to talk about because there's also strategy involved. Like the one we're going to enter is a huge pool. So you can't just take the chalk at every single tier and be okay with it. So we're trying to win. But I think we'll be able to create something unique here. Maybe talk about a few of the other guys in there as well if we want to play some bets on them. Tier 1, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlay, Cam Smith, Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele, Morikawa, Tony Finau.
And you can only take one, right?
Can only take one.
So, and Rory was on that list, correct?
Yep.
So that would be my pick this week. Not necessarily to win, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, again, guys, most of these tournaments and these entries, it's lowest combined score, correct?
Yeah, lowest combined score, and it'll drop your worst score each round. Okay. And so it'll keep your top 5 no matter what. And as people miss the cut in your lineup, you get the worst score of the day.
Okay.
So if one guy misses the cut, no worries. It'll take your 5 scores. But if 2 guys miss the cut, then your 5th spot's always getting the worst score of the day. So you really want to get these guys through the weekend, but then also have a run at it. So
okay. I'm gonna be a little bit of a bug here, okay? I said Rory. Can you just name those first tier guys again? And I know this is not great podcast.
Yeah, no, I'll go quick. Scotty, Rory, Rahm, Spieth, Cantlay, Cam Smith, JT, Schauffele, Morikawa, Finau.
Okay, so here's what I would say, guys. Right, a lot of guys playing good. So if you want to go Rahm or you want to go Scotty, how does anyone argue with you? A good piece of me is probably going to take a sprinkle on JT. He has to wake the fuck up. He's playing not great golf, and I'm a believer, kind of like my Schwarber home run bet. Good players snap out at some point. This kid is too good. He loves Augusta. We're going to look at that, but I wouldn't take a shot in a tournament like this. I'm going to take a shot on one of these 3 guys that I think are going to be there. Rory, Scotty, or Rahm. I'm going with Rory. I think Rory's going to be I think Rory's going to be jacked up because the live guys are making this seem like a you versus us. And when Rory gets pushed and Rory is in that competitive spirit like a Ryder Cup, there's no fucking better player on the planet. And I love Rory McIlroy this week. So that would be my pick. Who's your pick for the first tier?
No, I like it. So my thought process was like what I said. Like I don't want to just take the chalk. So could never argue against Scotty. Scotty's my favorite one. I think Scheffler can win this, obviously. Like no shit. But same with Rahm. I think a lot of people are going to think that. They see those 2 guys, those would be the first 2 clicks. The third guy that I wrote down was Rory. And I like the Rory call because I think he'll be lower owned than the other 2 as well. And I think you just saw it in match play or whatever. Like when he wants to go get it, he's just driving it fucking 400 yards and going and getting that shit. So, and I mean, beyond that, he's nasty here. So, I mean, he's missed a cut 2 years ago, but he's finished 2nd, 5th, 21st, 5th. So he's always hanging around the top 5 and there to strike. So I like Rory.
And last year we had Rory to have the lowest score on Sunday. If I know anything about fucking golf and major championships, here's what I know about Rory McIlroy. There's either a Saturday or a Sunday where he goes fucking nuts and shoots that 8 under, that nice number. But a lot of times he's doing it because he had a bad Thursday or Friday. This kid puts together, he's a grown man, but he puts this thing together this week. I really think this added live thing is going to be fuel to his fire. Cam Smith hasn't done a goddamn thing on live golf since he's got the money and got there. He hasn't done anything. So I'm not concerned about Cam Smith. I do like the Finau pick for not this tier, but just maybe we're going to talk about some odds later.
Yeah.
That's a deep tier 1. What do we got for tier 2?
All right, so tier 1, we're going to go Rory. Tier 2, we got Day, Homa, DJ, Cam Young, Kepka, Hovland, Sungjae, Burns, Willie Z, Connors.
So this is easy. We're taking Homa because we both got him at 50-1. He's going to win this fucking thing. This is my, this kid is primed. He's ready. He's going to be there this week. Wins, he wins. But I'm saying Homa, but you're giving me a look like you like someone else maybe.
No. I'm just looking. I like that because I had Homa written down. I was going to say the people I had written down is what I think will be the chalk was Day. And then people always like taking, the big names, probably DJ or Kepka.
You know what, though? Oh, shit. Kepka's in that one?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I really like DJ. And so my two favorites when I came out of this were DJ and Homa. But I'll ride with Homa. We got the bet anyways. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts on Kepka. I did pull up all the live stats too, and Dustin Johnson has just been crushing. So
yeah. I have Scotty Scheffler on my fantasy golf team, but I also have Brooks Koepka, and live golf doesn't count, but I literally got a live guy because I knew they were probably going to be able to play in the majors, and I picked Koepka. So I love that he won last week. I love that he's coming into form. Ever since I saw that golf thing on Netflix with him, and he was sad, I was just like, I want to see good players be good. I want to see him get back, but I also think he's going to be a pretty decent number. I didn't think he'd be in that second tier. I guess name-wise it makes sense. Dustin Johnson's Dustin Johnson. He's unconscious. He can go out there and win this thing too. But for me, it's Max Homa. He's playing some super confident golf, and I think he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder with this live thing too. I think that's going to matter this week to some guys.
All right, I like it. I had Max written down anyway, so, and plus we got the bet, so I'm down for that, man. I mean, this dude has been winning golf tournaments. Looking back, he won twice in 2022.
Yep.
And then he's already won this year in a second place at the Genesis. So
I want to say he's got 6 wins, I think, in like 60 starts or something like that. I mean, it's been impressive.
Yeah, so something like this, like 1, we both think will make the cut, obviously, but 2, you want that ceiling. And with all those big names in that tier, I think he'll be overlooked. So I'm down for that too.
Okay.
All right, tier 3, Hideki, Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Tom Kim, Fleetwood, Lowry, Rose, Neiman, Reed, Minwoo Lee.
Say it again, because I think I like Fitzy, but I think I also like Hatton. Who else did you say?
Hideki, Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Tom Kim, Fleetwood, Lowry, Rose, Neiman,
Lowry. That was the other one.
Reed, and Minwoo Lee.
Where are you leaning here?
I had my favorite 3 in this were Lowry, Reed, and Minwoo Lee.
All right, so my 3 were Fitz, Hatton, and Lowry. So I say let's go with Lowry because we both agree with it.
All right, perfect.
Major champ.
Yeah, I like that. I like that pick a lot. I do like Hatton too. I didn't have him written down, but he was like on the fringe of being one of my favorites in there. But we'll go to the next one. This tier I think is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Because this tier features Tiger Woods, Siwoo Kim, Oosthuizen, Mito Pereira, Keith Mitchell, Adam Scott, Bryson, Tom Hoagie, Thigala, and Answer.
Jesus, that's loaded.
Dude, the fourth tier, I thought this was the hardest one. I did a lot of work, like looking into everything, and
my gut says Adam Scott or Mito.
Huh?
My gut says Adam Scott or Mito.
Mito Pereira?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my number 1.
Yeah.
So
I
worry that he hasn't. I don't think he's played the Masters before. But the dude is just absolutely crushing. Again, like I mentioned with DJ over at the Live Tour, he's just slaying. A 5th, 6th, 15th, 11th, 6th, 18th, 4th, 2nd. Like he's just crushing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm down for Mito if you're not worried about him being, his first time here. The other one I had too was just not to overthink it. Usti hasn't been playing great on the Live Tour, but he's been like spiking. Like he either does really well or is just mediocre. but this is his place. I mean, he's always solid at Augusta.
Something about Mito Pereira just jumps off the page to me on that one, and I like him this week too, but
I'll go with Mito. That was my first. I wrote that down first. I think we'll regret it if we don't just pick.
Yeah, I know what you're saying about the other guys, and those are all good stats and everything too. And again, Adam Scott, Masters champ, and he seems to be playing pretty solid right now. But yeah, I'm comfortable with Mito.
All right. 5, Kitayama, Henley, Bradley, Sergio, Gooch, Ryan Fox, Chris Kirk, Peters, Seamus Power, Danny Willett.
This is an easy one for me because I already bet him at plus 11,000 to win the golf tournament, and it's Keegan Bradley.
Oh, you got Bradley here?
Yeah, I put a bet on him. I think he's playing some of his best golf he's played in a long time. I think he's excited to be here from everything I'm reading. And I think that number is too sexy, and he's too good of a golfer for me not to sprinkle it. He's also plus 750, top 10, I think. So I'm also going to play that.
So I had Gooch written down because Gooch was another guy who has just been crushing on his respective tour. So
the only thing that gets me about Gooch is your rookie of the year of the PGA. You fucking take off for the money. Is he going to be coming back a little like, hey guys, like a little scared, a little spooked? I don't know him.
Well,
I don't know any of these guys, but
one thing I like to see about him is that when he was here, like so in 2022, you start with the Masters, finishes 14th, go to the PGA Championship, finishes 20th. I don't know, just like big golf tournaments, and then you're playing on the Live Tour with all these guys. He's won. His last 4 tournaments, 16th, 13th, 11th, 12th. Like he's just up there all the time, rock solid.
all right, we'll go with them. If that's what you want to do. I'll mess with it.
I'm just wondering, like,
I don't
what do you think?
I don't hate the pick. I'm just playing devil's advocate here in some sense because I don't hate the pick. I just don't know for the reasons I said. It is the Masters. It's his first Masters after leaving everything. Here's the other thing that people aren't talking about, and we're going to talk about it. The magic of Augusta.
Yeah.
Augusta National, and I know I said I got Mito here, but Augusta National, I just don't think the gods are going to let a live golfer win the green jacket. I just don't see it happening.
Well, I'll go. I mean, the other person I had 2 more written down because I tried to do 3 each. I did Gooch, Sergio, and Kirk.
Okay.
So, but I don't hate Bradley. I just he hasn't played the Masters in a while. So I just didn't know. Do you think that matters at all? That he hasn't seen the course in a while? He came in like 43rd, 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
It definitely matters. It definitely matters. But it's we've seen a lot of guys come in there the first time. I think Willie Z, one of his first times he came in and competed. I mean, it's maybe you're gonna have guys not even necessarily the first time, but maybe just not so much success there rather, and looking for guys to snap out at some point. This tournament just matters so much to guys, and when I look for guys who are playing good golf and maybe this is like the forefront of their brain more so, like they really think they got a legit shot, and I think Bradley's one of them.
Yeah, all right, I can go with Bradley. Like just looking at the past like bigger tournaments he's played, like the API was tough as shit, and he finished T10, second at the Farmers. He won the Zozo, and then like looking back at like the I don't know, U.S. Open last year, he came in 7th. So yeah, we'll go with Keegan. That's fine.
All right, he's up to plus 12,000.
Now the last tier has a bunch of guys, so I can just name the ones that I was thinking.
Yeah, what do you got?
Like a lot of it's like the older guys and stuff, so we're not going to pick them anyways. But I tried to look at like, between past history and stats and everything like that. So I'll name the guys that I wrote down. And then if you're not feeling any of them, I can name a couple more.
Okay.
So I wrote down Kevin Na, Kokrak, Charles Schwartzel, Adam Svensson, Moronk, and English.
Kokrak,
yeah. All right. He's him and Na were my 2 favorites.
Yeah. I like him.
All right, so we'd go with tier 1, Rory, 2, Homa, 3, Lowry, 4, Mito, 5, Keegan Bradley, 6, Kokrak.
We'll mess with it too. Yeah, we'll post it and we'll give everyone the update every day, let you know where we are.
It's a huge pool. If anyone wants to get in it too, just reach out to me, DM me, or respond in the comments, and I can get the email sent to you. You can join with us. So
cool.
It's $20 a thing, team. You can join up to 10 times, and it is huge. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm in. It'll be fun for sure. I'm excited to see what. I'm just excited for the Masters, and I'm really excited to see what happens on this 13th hole. I know I mentioned it last episode, but lengthening the golf hole and such a pivotal hole, really. I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm also curious to see the back and forth between the live guys. Rory plus 750. Let's dive in a little bit to some of the picks besides the pool we're doing. I've got a few guys, all right? And the reason I normally only like to pick 1 or 2 guys to win, but the reason I'm doing this is because 1, it's the Masters. 2, the numbers are big. So Rory plus 750. Homa, we got him at 50-1. We're taking Brooks at 50-1, even though I just said, hey, I don't think a live guy will win. I'm pulling for Brooks. Keegan Bradley plus 11,000 is what I have it at. And I have Mito Pereira. I just looked. I didn't actually bet him to win. I have him top 10. So
all right, I like all that. I had gotten Cam Young a couple weeks ago at 35-1.
Good pick.
And then I like the Mito. Did you do Keegan top 10 too?
Yeah, plus 750.
Okay. Yeah, I like that too. So I'm just pulling up some more here. For the Masters too, DraftKings is offering a bunch of boosts for those that don't know. Like you can add plus 300 on any of your outrights.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, so you can add plus 300 to one of your outrights, and I'm just reading through them right now to see what else you can do. There's a couple other things that we're offering too, like a 25% boost, I think, for something else. But yeah, they are also offering top 30 and top 40, which they don't always do, at least in New York. So there's a lot of good numbers to be had.
There are, and it's like, this is where you really do have to pay attention to these kinds of numbers, in my opinion, because I mean, I know I have some bombs here, but Vegas is telling you, and they're telling you in the sense of like, I mean, just listen to these first 4 choices. You have Scheffler at plus 650 to win the Masters. It's just so short of a price.
Right. Who do you think? So have you used your 300 boost yet?
No, I'll use it on Rory though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to get it up over 10. That's who caught my eye here looking at it. Originally, it was Scheffler the other day because he was 7 or 8, but now they're just kind of dwindling down.
Oh my God. I can't believe I didn't do this. I have to bet Patrick Cantlay to win too. If the guy I walked with at Arnold Palmer wins a major this year and I don't bet it, I'll fucking punch myself. So add Patrick Cantlay to my card, okay? Patrick Cantlay, one of the best ball strikers in the whole entire world, top 4 or 5 player right now. He's had his ups and downs this year so far, but plus 2,000 is a nice number on Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah, you know what? I will do why does it say bet placement unavailable? You are in a location if betting is unavailable. I'm in.
You just got to refresh it.
Yeah,
it does that sometimes.
So yeah. I'm going to use it on Cantlay actually. So then I just have some longer odds. I got Cantlay 23, Cam Young 35, Homa 50.
Yeah, and I'll post all the picks out that I'm going to do, guys. But for the major championship ones, like I do typically do a decent amount of picks just because it's fun.
Yeah, last year I remember we were at the Martinsville race in Virginia and we're all betting live, and our biggest bet was Rory to top 5, and it was a live bet, so we bet it Saturday night, and I mean that was money, like you said. Like there's always one day, and you could tell he was just heating up a little bit. So yeah, I think it was live betting this too.
I think it was that Sunday. Him and Colin Morikawa both hold out from the bunkers back to back.
Yeah, they were going ham that day. It's like Rory was playing so good, but there was just no catching Scotty that day.
Yeah, I'm looking for gamers, okay? I'm looking for mentally strong golfers. When it comes to major championship, you throw the added variable in of live golf versus PGA. That's why I'm taking a couple of live guys because, as puppy dog like Brooks was in that episode, he's still a dog. He's still one of the best players in the world when he puts his mind to it. He's still a defending, major champion, not a defending major champion, but a back-to-back major champion winner. He's just good. And at plus 4,000, if he's in the mix Saturday and I didn't bet it, I'll kick myself,
Yeah.
Keegan Bradley, we're taking a shot there, but I will kick myself if I didn't bet it.
Keegan's 130 to 1 on FanDuel.
There you go. Perfect.
And Mito's 110.
Yeah, so there you go. Some sprinkles all around for the boys. So it's Masters week. I'm excited. I will have my picks posted probably Wednesday night, honestly. And do you have anything to add to Masters week golf or Masters week and anything you're looking forward to?
No, it's gonna be fun. So, we'll have talk about NASCAR a little bit. I got my dick kicked in last week, but they're racing on dirt, so that's going on Sunday night. So during the day, I think we're gonna go. It's Easter Sunday, so we're gonna go have a nice brunch at the in-laws' house. My brother's bringing the kids over and stuff too. And then right when we come home, it should be like nap time for both the kids, which would be like right in the heart of back nine of all the leaders for the Masters. So I'll get to watch most of it at home. So you can't beat it.
It's one of the more enjoyable Sundays of the year, and I love Sundays, and quite frankly, Sundays love me. But I'm excited for it. That's the Masters, guys. We'll post our picks. We've got some Ryan's random thoughts, but it's actually Tony's tidbits today. It's a couple of tidbits with Tony.
You're a weird guy, Ace. Weird guy.
I was talking to Ryan earlier, and, so here's a random thought from me. I'm in a little bit of a situation with towels at the moment, okay?
Yeah.
And when I say towels, the ones you dry yourself with, not like the hands, like, out of the shower.
Yeah.
There's a super fine line, right? Because new towels suck for so fucking long. They just don't dry well.
Yeah.
And then I get pissed about it, but then I have towels too long, and it's like I got fucking cardboard I'm drying myself with. So my thought is this: why can't we just have a good fucking towel? I got brand new towels. I wash it, I dry it before I use it. Then I go use it in the shower, and I have little fucking blue and red specks all over me. Like, it's like when you get a brand new sweatshirt or something, and maybe you didn't dry or wash it or dry it, and you threw it on you, and it's like on your clothes because it's brand new.
So you just gotta get yourself a wife. I got Alyssa. I can just text you. She knows the way. She bought these new towels. They're great.
What are they? Do they absorb water? Because the ones that I got hate fucking water. They just hate it.
What I will agree with is like the best ones that are like kind of comfortable when you're drying yourself off. They are a little puffy to where they'll retain some water. But
what the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just gotta show you our towels. We got great towels.
You just said. What you have comfortable towels? What does that even mean? This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
dude.
You just got the wrong
towels. I'm fucking
towels.
losing my mind over here.
I'll just have to find out what we have, and then you're gonna have to try to order them because
I literally have to get 6 stitches in my shoulder from fucking drying myself with this towel. I almost lost my mind the other day. I was like, so I went and bought some new towels, obviously, but that's where this all came from.
Where do you go when you leave your house to go buy towels? Did you know where you were going?
No, it was spur. This isn't even the fattest thing I did this week. It's actually today because it was 8-9 lunches. But no, I was actually in a Taco Bell drive-through on Wolf Road, and I was like, look, and I saw Colony Center, and I was like, oh fuck, I need towels, and that's how it happened.
Dude, I ate Taco Bell today too.
I didn't. It wasn't today. It was last week. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. What'd you get?
2 burrito supremes.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. I'm telling you, still one of the better breakfasts on the planet. It's underrated.
I know. The Crunch Wrap breakfast thing is good.
Oh, the Crunch Wrap will make a man do things. It's unbelievable how good that is. But yeah, I had a real towel dilemma. And here's the other thing too. There's not a worse feeling than when you put your boxers on and your pants on, your shirt on, and you feel wet.
Yeah.
Like, because I had to get the fuck out of the house today. I can't. It's not Jerry Maguire. I can't just air dry.
Yeah. I've put boxers on before and then like pull them right. Like, nope, you got to dry off more. Like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, definitely. And then you just sit on your bed naked. You're like, okay, that'll do it. And then that's good. Yeah. So I just, you're probably right. If I had a wife, I'd probably be able to figure that out. Let me tell you some things that won't ever be doing. That is one of them. But I do love your wife, and if she has some towel info, pass it along, amigo, okay?
Yeah, I will. I'll try to hook you up with a good towel.
So Tony's tidbit for the week is just can we just get some better towels? These were not cheap towels, by the way, either. The towels are not cheap.
When we were I don't know if it's when we had one of the babies, or I think it was at the hospital, yeah. And like the towels they gave me for the shower were like, they were probably only like 2 feet by like a foot wide. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? So like I just I like dried off my stomach and then the thing was drenched.
Dude, the lady at the counter, when I put the towel down, she just looked, because they're just beach towels, dude. Like these things, when they put the flag out over the football field, that's what my towels are. That's how big they are. I can wrap myself up twice. As a fat guy, as well as I do, I always, it's a tough game you play with that, wrapping the towel. You just got to hold it. You can't tuck it. You can't tuck it. It's a disaster. You tuck it, stuff falls. You got to hold it. I can tuck with these towels. I can tuck all goddamn day with these towels. It's ridiculous. They're so big. It's like a rope.
I like a big towel that you can still tuck. Like we used to tuck any towel when we were younger. Now, I like a big towel I can still wrap around and tuck.
Absolutely. Walk around the house with a towel on. Feel like a fucking man a little bit, Can't do
By
that.
The way, whenever someone says that about the flag on a field, I can only picture the Creed singer like flying from that cable that one year.
Can you take me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best halftime show of all time.
Wearing his Dallas Cowboys shirt like a loser. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just like one of those things that compounds. I'm like, all right, you're fat, you're stupid, and you're wet. So it's like,
been there.
Yeah, I feel.
I've been there without showering.
So yeah, I couldn't think of that. So that was really it. That was all I had. I know you had a busy week, and I was like, listen, let's talk about this towel. If you don't have much to talk about in regards to a random thought, let's not force it. I actually had one. So that was it. Ryan, let's do this. Well, not quickly, but let's move quickly over to meow. Hey there, good buddy, coming on in, turn 4.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
What do you got, Ryan? NASCAR.
This was a sad one this week. This was so Denny Hamlin, right?
Yeah, we've met.
Yeah,
me, him, and MJ golf together.
I was very heavy on him, and it was going to be very profitable to be heavy on him because he was fast as hell.
Can you just stop saying you were heavy on him? It's freaking me the fuck out, bro.
Heavy. And then, so in the beginning of the race, he speeds in the pits. And when you speed in the pits, you have to go to the back of the line.
Yeah.
So you think you'd learn. So by the second stage, he gets up, he's leading the race. Everything's cool, like winning a lot of money. And bet him to win, which is great. He pits in the second stage, the front right tire, they can't get it off. So takes him fucking forever. Yeah, this puts him back, a little better in the middle of the pack, probably 15th-ish, right around there, whatever. So we're like, all right, we can still have a day. I'm not going to win a bunch of money today, but still had guys that were leading the race bet to win, so that was still good. Get to the end of the race, another caution comes out. Denny's worked his way back up to, nearing the top 10 again, so things are going good. Speeds again. goes to the back, and that was the ultimate killer. So him going to the back was the difference of us losing our cash games, which we lost by like 1 or 2 points. So literally, he could have lost 5 spots in the pits. You just can't lose 20. So that killed the day. Very disappointing ending. I felt like I got too much right to not have anything to show for it, but that's just part of the game.
I was just gonna say that's the worst feeling when you're gambling, because one, you just sound like a degenerate when you say that. Like, yeah but I was right.
Exactly.
But we lost all our money. But I know exactly what you mean. Like when you're seeing it, and you are seeing it, obviously. I mean, it's the first losing week you've had since you started. I don't think anyone thought you were going to go undefeated. But
yeah, no.
But honestly, your losses have been just kind of weird shit. Like, so here's the thing, though. That's a pretty. Is that like offsides? Like, is that like an offsides penalty in the sense of like you're just not paying attention? Like, it's just a stupid mental.
Yeah, like they literally, you can't go over. I think speed limit's 40, and they give you 245 if I'm understanding the rules correctly. And so he does it earlier in the race, and you're like, fuck, like that can happen. But then to do it again, like you fight all day, you get up to first, and then you have the bullshit happen in the pits and knocks you back. And then at the end, you're approaching the top 10 again, and then you speed again. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Those cars are like an extension of them, too. He's got to feel that, I would think. Right? He knows, right? He's a professional.
Well, he's the only one. I think he's the only one in the race who got a speeding penalty, and he did it twice.
How many times has your kid's been running through the kitchens, and you're like, hey, no running through the pits, or no speeding through the pits? If you don't, you're going to start now.
I know. I probably will start talking like that. It'd be great.
Yeah, because when you said that, my brain went to like a Kenny Powers-like figure, like coaching gym class in Arkansas, and kids just going running amok, and he's just like, hey, no speeding in the pits. Like somebody saying that somewhere.
Max the other day looked on the TV, and he goes, on Sunday, he's like, hey, there's the pace car. And Alyssa was just like, how proud are you right now? I was like, so fucking proud.
Yeah, and she's like, did you just pour Visine in your eyes? He's like, yeah, he's crying.
Yeah. I got some news. Next week, we'll have Chris Wormy on. There's a podcast with Todd Furman, NASCAR podcast. It's on the Bet the Board podcast network called Stay Green. He gambles on NASCAR for a living, so it'll be fun to talk to him. And that's how he says it himself. If he doesn't win the races, he doesn't eat. So it's fun to talk to someone who does it for a living. We'll have him on, and I have other potential huge news to announce next show for Martinsville. So stay tuned for that.
Everybody hold on to your lug nuts, as they say in the business.
And these are in. So I'll give you yours next time I see you. And
how about just fucking mail it to me, because I want to wear it right now.
Yeah.
Or we'll talk offline or whatever. But we'll figure out maybe master stuff. Maybe can you get down here or no?
Oh, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, maybe whatever. We'll figure it out. Right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us. I'm excited to meet the guy and then talk to him and figure out what angles he sees. Because listen, I don't care if you're a NASCAR fan or not a NASCAR fan. Betting is betting, and angles are angles. And sometimes you can find parallels that, NASCAR, I feel like, in golf are very, very similar. Obviously not in regards to how you bet and how you lay units, because the numbers are big. So I'm curious to get some feedback from him, learn learn some stuff from him essentially. But when's the last time you were in go-karts or like any type of speedy car? Because you're not like, I've drove with you. You're just like your dad,
Last year, we went to something called NASCART for a bachelor party, and that was down near like Foxwoods. That's the one in Connecticut.
You guys got all fucking tuned up and went and drove fucking cars.
No. This was, they did let us have a few drinks before, but we weren't. They don't let you get drunk, and so, but they go fast. Like they go real fast to where like, one, I'm too fat for the fucking thing.
I know. I was gonna say this. I always get in those things because I will not be the guy who can't fit in them. but it is uncomfortable. I never win because I can't turn. How did you get in it? Because you're taller than me too.
Yeah, that part of it sucked. And I felt like my times were really good. I was coming in like we had 8 guys, and I was like consistently in third. And I know like they're all way skinnier than me, and like I know if I was a little skinnier, I would have fucking blown them off.
Oh, I got what you're saying. You were driving the car better than they were driving the car, and you're just weighing it down more.
Oh yeah, I knew I was like those things shouldn't drift, but my fat ass like going around a turn is just like those tires couldn't handle it.
I know, and you got the guy who's like all fucking baked up. He's like, "All right, hey there, buddy, put the thing on or buckle the seatbelt." You're like, "It's not buckling. It's just not buckling."
Just leave me alone.
I don't know what you think this is. I'm driving this thing. I signed the waiver. This. It's not that I'm being tough here, sir. It physically can't buckle. It just
that's what I worry about too. Like that's why I want to try to lose some weight because, like, we're gonna be taking the kids to Disney and stuff like that, and it's like, I reached a point where when I can be able to go on fucking rides, like, come on, man, you can't be that fat. Like, you gotta work on it a little bit.
You'll be okay. I was on those rides. I mean, but yeah, we both. I gotta tell you, I do that. I did the thing with Game Day today, and they put some videos out, and it's all in HD, and everything in HD. I'm like, holy fuck, am I that fat? I've been feeling pretty good about myself.
It's the camera, man. That's our clip I play.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple 100 pounds.
No, seriously. But yeah, I'll say it to the day I die. I'm way hotter in person.
Yeah.
Listen. Sorry,
I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
is that it?
I don't know, man. I gotta just be better. I don't like getting Taco Bell today. I didn't have to get it. I probably could have went somewhere and gotten something better, but it's just like it was right there. It's too easy. It's too easy to go get it.
So for those of you who are listening to this and can't see Ryan's face, there's a real genuine sadness behind those eyes. Here's the thing. He didn't just think right now, I didn't need to eat that. He thought that while he was in the drive-thru.
Yeah. I was pot committed at that point. So they were good. They were good.
Yeah. Listen, I'm with you, but here's the thing: the summertime's here. We'll be hot in a month, probably easily. Once it's nice out, then we'll start doing it.
Yeah, then I'll go running.
Yeah, the snow finally just melted. We're in good shape. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Listen, NASCAR's here, but we have got Major League Baseball is back.
You play ball like a girl.
It's back. Major League Baseball's back. The Yankees just lost to Philly here. We're 2-2 on the season. First week is here, over, and the new rules were here. Pitch clock, throw over rule, bigger bases, no shift. The challenges get sped up. I am somebody who's kind of doesn't love change. I'm kind of old school. I love these new rules. They're growing on me. I thought it was going to be advantage pitcher. I think it's advantage the coaching of the team who said, listen, we're not going to complain about this. These are the rules. And I've been watching Yankee baseball. I've been watching fucking literally just baseball left and right. There are some teams where you watch their games and it just is a regular baseball game. You don't even feel the rule changes. Yeah. Then there's some games you watch and these guys are in their fucking heads, stepping out. It's like they don't know. So I think coaching, baseball is one of those sports I think coaching matters maybe the least. It matters, but there's only so much you can do. I think this is going to be some of the coaching that we're going to see in the MLB is these new rules and how to handle this stuff. And we're seeing it. I kind of like them. Games are 2 hours or 2 hours and 20 minutes to fucking 3 hours. They're cruising by. I don't hate it, and I thought I would hate it. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I like it, but I'm not someone who's, a diehard. So like, I think it's easier for me to get on board with it. On an semi-related note, I am going to be getting a PS5 and MLB The Show because my brother showed me that, and I have an
beautiful. Xbox though.
Yeah, You can still get it. They made it for. They make it for all systems now.
Oh, okay, yeah, we won't play together. That's cool. I thought we played.
No, I got to start a franchise. But he showed me the game. It looks beautiful. But one thing I did notice was, and I don't know if it's just like they changed the game, but he like recorded 3 minutes of him playing just so I could see it, and I watched it today. And
I'm gonna do it the second we're done doing the show.
Yeah, they made the pitchers like the pitcher's going fast. Like if the ball gets back to him, he's like already throwing the next pitch. I was like, that is awesome because now I can play a game in 30 minutes.
That's what I was gonna say. Okay, I thought this was gonna be advantage pitchers because I thought they're gonna be able to do a lot more quick pitching, and I think I had a little bit I had misunderstood some of the rules, and my view has changed a little bit on it. Here's what I do think. I think this helps my Yankees big time. Not to bring everything back to the Yankees, but a guy like Garrett Cole, everybody knows rhythm matters, timing matters. That's why guys step out. Like these new rules would have been a problem for Bernie Williams. He always had something in his eyeball. He was always stepping out, doing the batting glove thing. But Cole the other night, he worked so fast, so efficient, and it was and he was allowed to. You know what I mean? And I think I think it's going to help some guys. It's also going to help some defenses because you don't have the ability to kind of dick around and look at the girl in the fourth row or see the peanut guy throwing dimes 20 rows deep. You have to pay attention because the next pitch is coming. So, like I said, I didn't think I was going to love it, but I haven't even noticed it watching Yankee games. I really haven't. The only time I've noticed it is the replays. We're going to see some guys blow some calls because you got to be so quick. Are you aware of the replay rules?
I don't know the replay rules. I thought I did read them. I don't know them off the top of my head right now.
Though. So you have if you want to replay something, you have to put your hand up to the umpire. And once he acknowledges you, you have 15 seconds to get the call from the booth to your dugout to say, yes, we want to review it, or no, you don't. And sometimes that's just not enough time. So those guys up in the booth are going to matter so much now. Like baseball we've seen it change with analytics and stuff like that. I think we're seeing baseball becoming a more of a game where coaching is going to matter. Speaking of coaching, Aaron fucking Boone, it's game 4. My 5, 6, 7, 8 hitter tonight, Ryan. Are you ready for this? And I'm sorry, I just remembered this, so I'm gonna fucking go nuts.
Let me hear it.
You ready?
Do it.
Hold on. Are you ready? I'm looking for it. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks, Isaiah Connor-Falefa, and Kyle Higashioka, who I don't even mind that he's in the fucking lineup. But why are those my 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters in game fucking 4?
Yeah.
Why is Connor-Falefa playing center field and Hicks is playing left? Why is Hicks playing period? He's just, what's going on here? I hate how we manage this team, but I think.
Don't you have Bader on the injured list?
Yeah, he's taking good news, Ryan. He's taking batting, he's taking swings underwater right now. So he should be back in about 2.5 months. But I'm sorry to get on a rant like that. But this fucking Yankee team, like the other day, like, okay, you want to give Judgy a day off and let him DH? That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But like, why is Hicks playing back-to-back games? Put Cabrera back out there. I don't care. Yeah. Cabrera can go 0 for 40 before I care because Hicks has already had the opportunity. He's not him. He's not the guy. It's fucking over, and he's long in the tooth. And how about this, asshole? Stop being a switch hitter when you hit $190 from both fucking sides. Pick one, asshole, and fucking work on it. I hate that fucking guy so much. He pounds the golf ball, though. You ever seen those videos?
Who's that?
Aaron Hicks. He's a great golfer.
Oh, he's a great golfer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a great golfer. So, listen, MLB, I think the new rules are helping, but I think more so than ever, coaching is going to matter because you have to manage more stuff now. So I'm excited for baseball. We've been red hot with our home run plays. We had another one tonight with Kyle Schwarber for plus 235. That's our 3rd home run play. We've had Stanton, we had Rizzo, we had Schwarber. I haven't been great with the actual games, to be perfectly honest with you. The only games I'm really hitting, I've hit the Yankees, the laying a run and a half, and they're only 2 wins. But other than that, not great. Home run games have bailed us out, and golf has bailed us out. Ryan, you made some future plays for baseball, right? What did you have?
I just had the so one that I like, and I think they're doing really well. I'm going to pull up the standings real quick, but I thought the Braves are doing really well. Yeah, they're 4-1, and like every time I feel like every time I look at them, they just like have crushed someone else. So
yeah, and the Braves are one of those teams. They're going to be good for a while. What did you get that number at? Are you looking that up?
Well, I got them 9-1 to win the World Series.
I
also bet them to win the division, and then I'll bet the Twins to win their division, and they're 4-1 as well and look pretty good.
Yeah. So a friend of mine, I thought this was a pretty heady bet. My buddy Radden, he after the first games of the year, he bet the last team to go undefeated, and he has Tampa Bay. So it's tonight. Tampa Bay. I don't even know. They might have won already, or they lost. But Minnesota was the other team. So it was like plus 475.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool, right?
I like that.
Just bet so many different things now. It's crazy. I know I mentioned I have the Yankees to win the World Series. I have the Yankees to win the AL East. And I have Volpe to lead the league in stolen bases, which is another thing we're seeing with the rule change. A lot of stolen bases.
Yeah, I did notice that too. Like there were some guys that don't even they'll never have it doesn't seem like they'll ever have a good batting average just looking at their history, and already they got but there's some dude in the Orioles got 4 steals already, and he's only played 2 games.
I'll tell you what my favorite thing so far is. It's the shift. No shift is allowing shortstops and second basemen. I know this episode's running a little long, so we'll tighten up, but shortstop and second baseman are allowed to make great plays again. We're seeing diving plays. We're seeing guys pop up and throw dudes out. What we're also seeing is if you hit the ball back up the middle through the pitcher over second base, it's now a fucking hit. And that should be – we're going to see more action because of those things. I love the new rule changes. Hand up. I was yelling at the wind like an old man. I love them. I thought I was going to hate them. I really do love them.
Yeah, I love the shift rule too, because everything you just said. I love watching the diving plays and whipping it over to first. That makes it so much more fun.
It does. Is that the only future play that you have? Is Atlanta win the World Series at 9-1?
No, because I have them in the division. I'm trying to pull it up right here. I don't know where. To be honest, I don't even know where I wrote them down.
Listen, if I asked you to pull your dick out, you would have done it a lot quicker. You fucking weirdo. So figure it out.
Yeah, I got my home run bets. I did that, which nice. Like Judge has 2, Olsen has 2.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Ryan did his home run bets similar to the way he did his March Madness bets. Is that correct, Ryan?
That is 100% correct. So, so far so good. There's a couple surprises up at the top that I think the guy leading has 4 already. I'm gonna look her up right now.
I know I think Jan Machado has 3 because he's on my fantasy baseball team, and he's a White Sox.
CJ Cron's crushing too.
Oh, he's on LA this year. Dude. Oh shit! I fucking forgot to bet JD Martinez home run. Oh, speaking of JD Martinez, the new rules. Okay, JD Martinez. I had JD Martinez home run right yesterday. Why are you looking that up? JD Martinez
on Pittsburgh leads with 4 homers so far.
Oh, wow, that's right. You know that's right too. I had JD Martinez plus 600 to hit a home run last night.
I saw this. I felt so bad. I wasn't going to text you about this one.
So here's the thing. It was that's okay because you brought it in my face like I told you not to know. Yeah. Just like so, JD Martinez, they're down 2-0. I believe. They're up 2-0. Either way, doesn't matter. All I do is win. LA, the Dodgers are a problem. They're so good. But long story longer, I had JD Martinez plus 600 home run. He hits one out of the stadium, and it looks like a home run, guys. It's a grand slam. Place is going fucking ballistic. They call the foul ball. They review it. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, the new rules. You don't want to waste the challenge. They must have saw that it was a home run. That's why they're calling it. Well, that was the gambler thinking of that. If you just think about it from a logical standpoint, I was like, no, it's a grand slam. You take your chances. If you lose that challenge, you lose it. You have to challenge it, right? It was fouled by 195 fucking feet. I love the cameraman fired. It looks so much closer from the angle I posted. The wind was blowing out to the right, but that's an angle to look for, guys. You might say JD Martinez plus 600. It's a big number. Not a good matchup for pitching. Guys who haven't hit home runs yet, we're looking for those guys. Look for those guys to get there first. We've done a Stanton, Rizzo, and we do a Schwarber tonight. I got more coming tomorrow, actually, because I'm pretty sure another guy that I targeted didn't hit one. So
yeah, I'll be telling you tomorrow. I did find my future bets here. So it's Twins and Braves, like I said, to win the division. I got the Twins plus 220, Braves plus 100. Braves to win the World Series at plus 900. And then I did the Rangers win total over with you. They're off to a good start at 3-1. I got the Twins total over 84.5. And they're off to a 4-1 nice start. So looking good after the first week. I'll take it. Better than them being fucking 1-4. So let's go.
No doubt. And I know Ryan talked about DraftKings has boosts and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure probably sometime this week I'm gonna have some promo codes for you guys from Caesars. And Caesars is gonna be our new sports book we're gonna use. Ryan should talk about DraftKings, and we're gonna talk about some
Caesars all the time. They have the most NASCAR offerings. They're not only great, but they have the most.
Yeah, so more coming on that. I'll get you guys more details. Get some promo codes, so you can boost and everything. But we got some cool stuff coming up. Like I said, Ryan, I got some announcements. We're gonna make them soon. But that's MLB. Baseball's back. Basketball's over. I love this time of year. I'm so golf focused. I'm so baseball focused. I cannot wait to get out and swing the golf clubs. Problem is, I'm pretty sure my right shoulder's gonna fall directly off my body. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need rotator cuff surgery. But we're gonna deal with that when my arm is completely off my body. Ryan, what's the fattest thing / skinniest thing you've done this week?
No, it's TV, man. Camera adds a couple 100 pounds.
You already told us you haven't done anything skinny. What's the fattest thing you've done this week?
No, I actually ate 3 salads last week. That's my skinniest thing.
Okay, so I wanted to address this because I was going to say this earlier. If you run back the tape, you and me, we're so fat, we just keep saying we ate salads, and that's the skinniest thing we did. You can't keep eating that every week.
Well, that's what it is this week. Yeah, it's 3 not just 1. I did eat 3.
Yeah, okay. But how about you just sweat from anything, like besides not tying your shoe, but like, for a walk or anything?
No, only sweat when I'm betting. Or if I eat too much.
I'm sorry, what's the fattest thing you've done this week, Ryan?
This one's embarrassing. So, Melissa's laying on the ground, and Max goes and gets just wrestling, just gets on top of her, and touches her chest and says, "What's that?" And she goes, and I just being an asshole, I'm like, "Those are lady lumps." And then he goes, "Dead. You have lady lumps too."
Oh no!
And I go, "Oh fuck,
No!
that's terrible, terrible." Yeah, I mean, that is enough for me to just if you think I've been a little more depressed about my weight on this podcast, you are correct, because that one was a killer.
Listen, it's good for seeing yourself on the internet looking fat as fuck is a good motivator.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. So here's what, did that sting because you know it's true because it's a child saying it?
You broke my heart.
And I'll tell you what, that's the first time I ever hit my son. So,
I was just like,
what's your
my wife was just dying
I was
laughing.
just gonna say, what's your beautiful, kind, just sweet wife? Did she just lose her
Now
mind?
she's just dying. Just like, because he's saying, he's at that age now where he's saying, whatever's on his mind. And it's some crazy stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
when you get wrong, when you get drunk, you say some weird shit.
yeah, I know.
And kids are just
I
kind
just
of
weird shit's over.
yeah, that's very true. Oh man. So what did you do? Did you ground them? How did you recover from that? What did you?
I just changed the subject real quickly. Let me read a book.
Oh,
That's the form of my tits. Let me read a book.
so he wasn't impressed by the free salads, huh?
No, and he doesn't think I have pecs. He thinks I have lady lumps.
Oh shit. So I've been pretty fat. My whole life is like a game. I go on great runs. I go on bad runs, and I'm a fluctuator with weight. But I lost more weight in my life probably the last year and a half. I'm cognizant. I'm trying to keep it off, right? But when you lose a good chunk, you do notice. Like I always wanted to punch people. I'm still fat. I'm still 3 bills, but it's like people. We used to work with a guy Andrew, and he said I gotta lose 10 more pounds so I can fit in these pants. And I was like, shut the fuck up. No one noticed I lost 40 pounds, right? But you start to feel a little bit better about yourself. You do notice when you're like adding extra on. So my advice to you is just start doing something so you start to notice some stuff in yourself, and it kind of helps motivate it. And like I mentioned, I've been not being great. I've been eating like it was Final Four, it was March Madness, I'm eating fried foods. I got the boys coming over, we're drinking, we're eating a bunch of just bad shit. So I'm really gonna try and tighten up. Didn't do well today because I literally ate 3 lunches today. I ate tacos, I ate a cheeseburger, and I ate pizza. All in the name of content. I just did it for content and videos, not because I'm fat. I was in New York and I was like living Rome.
Yeah.
That was the fattest thing I did. The skinniest thing I did was I did yard work, like grown ass man this week. We had a lot of tree limbs in this area fall down from snow, and it was just nasty here.
Yeah, we did that too.
So I cleaned up the whole backyard, dragged everything out, and that's the reason I asked you if you had sweat from physical activity is because I want to make myself feel better, because I did.
Yeah, you said my answer was no.
Yeah, I was just setting myself up to feel good. So I felt good. I felt like I was working out. I was doing and every time, this is how stupid I am, every time I grabbed, I'm on tree trunks basically, these things are their whole limbs. And I was pretending like I was Rocky in Russia, and then I was working out with them, and me and Liz were running back and forth. So now it's nice out. That's part of how Russell makes his dog, just run around with her and shit. So
We talked about walking the lawn this year instead of riding.
dude, you're talking about mowing your lawn?
Yeah.
Dude, it is one. You love beer, and there's no better beer than after you mow your own lawn and just look at it. There's not a better beer on the planet.
Yeah.
Now, picture you with
Well, I ride it. I gotta walk it.
I know, but you'll appreciate the beer more if you push mow this.
Oh, yeah.
Now you and your sweaty tits will appreciate it that much more,
Yeah.
I think that's the move. So
I used to go to kids. Kids is the reason why I stopped. Like, it's just like it would take too much time, and then I only have a certain amount of time, and so I was just like, well, if I just ride it, I can be done in an hour and a half, and then we're good. But how much time am I going to be around if I stay this fucking fat all the time? So I might as well just walk it. Maybe I get some more years with my kids.
Yeah, you're a salesman. Let's just talk yourself out of that one. Like you're just convincing yourself. That's it.
Well, I'm trying to convince myself that.
The efficiency levels in the household have skyrocketed since I started ride mowing opposed to push mowing. 28 minutes. The efficiency levels of this home, unprecedented. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry, you should have your point, okay? We both gotta get out there, okay? Because I'm gonna die soon anyway because I smoke too much. But you got a life to live, all right? So we gotta go.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll walk it. I'll record myself walking. It'll be funny.
Yeah, and look, you have a beautiful, you have the perfect area to walk. Listen, it's okay to not be okay, but we're gonna be okay one day, you and I, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, this was a good episode. Until next time, we got a lot to talk about. Appreciate you guys sticking with us, and we'll talk more Masters next week. Until then, hit the music.